Academia. Darkness, the word dark is right there in the title. And cliches are cliches for a reason. And as the old cliche goes, there is no light without dark. There is no dark without light. However, it is that you want to use that cliche. But the real kicker to that is, the real kicker to why that cliche has lived for so long is that light and dark, they're no real use without one another. Welcome to Strip Coverlet, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I'm Andrew Ford, and we are here for a video which will appear in 3 separate playlists here on the channel. Number 1 being the poetry discussion playlist, now cruising towards 800 videos strong. Number 2 being the Emily Dickinson playlist, a playlist dedicated squarely to the greatest poet that ever lived. And number 3 being the Dark Academia playlist, a playlist where we are going through different bits of literature and describing them, exploring them as dark academic texts. The poem in question today, We Grow Accustomed to the Dark, and it reads as such. We grow accustomed to the dark when light is put away, as when the neighbor holds the lamp to witness her goodbye. A moment we uncertain step for newness of the night, then fit our vision to the dark and meet the road erect. And so of larger darkness, those evenings of the brain, when not a moon disclose a sign or star come out within. The bravest grope a little, and sometimes hit a tree directly in the forehead, but as they learn to see, either the darkness alters or something in the sight adjusts itself to midnight, and life steps almost straight. So what we're doing here is we're saying we grow accustomed to the dark when light is put away, as when the neighbor holds the lamp to witness her goodbye. Stepping out into the night to say goodbye after you're leaving someone's house. That is the connection being made here, the comparison being made here. We grow accustomed to the dark. Just as when we step outside and there is no sun, there is maybe a moon, maybe not, maybe there's clouds, maybe we're under the canopy of forest. Our eyes adjust to let the light in. A moment we uncertain step for newness of the night. At first we still can't see, but we plod very carefully, then fit our vision to the dark and meet the road erect. After we've been out there for a moment, our vision does correct, and we are able to find our way to the path. What is the path? What is the importance of the path? The path is the way to get somewhere else. The symbolism here, is so on the nose almost that you can move past it, right? It's easy to overlook it. But then we get back into it. And so of larger darkness. There's darkness that's worse than just the night. There's darkness that is greater than just the night. There's darkness that lasts longer than a single night. Those evenings of the brain. The darkness that lasts longer is not from the earth going around the sun. It's a darkness of the brain, it's a darkness of the soul, it's a darkness that lives inside of you. When not a moon discloses a sign, and sometimes that darkness inside you is so great, it's as if there is no moon to light the way. Even though the moon is not as strong as the sun, our sight still has to adjust to the moonlight because it is so dim. Sometimes not even the soul's moon is apparent, or star come out within. Again, We're talking about direction there. The stars are good for light, sure, but not like the moon. The stars don't produce that much light. The stars are there to direct us. You know where you're going based on what star that you're looking at. They give you direction, the North Star. The bravest grope a little and sometimes hit a tree directly in the forehead, but as they learn to see. If, when you are going through this long night of the human soul, you are brave enough, you will try things. You will venture out and try to improve what it is that you're doing, where it is that you are. You will try to make the most of what you can, if you're the bravest. And probably there's a branch waiting for your forehead someplace along the way, but you are not where it was that you were. You are moved forward. You walked into a branch, you'll have a lump in the morning, but you're not in the same place you were when you entered the darkness. Either as the darkness alters or something in the sight adjusts itself to midnight, and life steps almost straight. So this life steps almost straight. We are right back here, meeting the road erect. Emily Dickinson is stating very plainly that there will be bad times. Emily Dickinson is stating very plainly that you will not have control over those bad times. You don't hold the light. You are subject to it. But you don't have to be victim to it. You can be subject to the light without being a victim to the darkness. You have to take within you the power necessary to move forward. That's what this poem is about. Moving forward, going forward, whether you can see or not. I think that there is an element of dark academia which is perhaps abandoned in the overarching discussion of dark academia. I've said this in a lot of these dark academia videos. I think that the dark academic is there for a period. Just like in this poem, we grow accustomed to the dark. That can mean two things, can't it? That statement alone is ambiguous. To grow accustomed to the dark can mean that you get your sight within the dark. You have adopted this darkness and you have moved on with it. Your sight has adjusted and now you see in the dark because the light that's in the dark, the small amount of light that is there, is enough for you to move forward. But growing accustomed to the dark could also mean that you stop. Growing accustomed to the dark could also mean that you give up, that you give in. That can be what it means to grow accustomed to something. You just assume that it is the new way, sort of like learned helplessness. I think that the true dark academic is an integration of the shadow, right? You've heard this probably, discussions of Jung integrating the shadow to the ego. I think that the true underlying ethos to dark academia is to integrate that darkness to the self, not to fall victim to it. To take the darkness and understand this is something that happens, but it does not have to stop me. I think that a large part of dark academia is the realization that sometimes you have to be in the darkness. This does not mean that you have to stay there. The dark academic is perhaps just like the aesthetic says a student. And students are supposed to graduate. This does not mean that they stop learning. This does not mean that those things which they did obtain in college leave them. It just means that they're expected to do more. That is all I have for this video. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting the like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other literature lovers. If you find yourself here by chance but not design, literature is the only thing I talk about on the channel, dropping multiple videos every single week. There's poetry every Monday, and as always, I hope to have you back for the next one.